Hello, and thank you for joining me on this episode of Creatively Balanced. My name is Angelia Williams, and I am a professional vocal coach, a life coach, a mental skills coach, and a motivational speaker. Today, we're going to discuss Am I Good Enough? How to be eagerly realistic as a creative. Let's dive into this topic.
And I am more. I'm more than my lips. Yes, I am. And I'm more than my lipstick.
So, as a voice coach and mental skills coach and a life coach, I encounter many different types of people with different personalities, right? But we're going to talk about the singers. The singers. Many times when a person enters into a voice studio, they enter into it with unrealistic expectations. So first of all, let's kind of dissect this. What is an unrealistic expectation? When you have set your sights on something that is not applicable to you as a person, or when you have a skewed view of reality when it comes to something that you want to do. As far as the ability of singers, sometimes we want the ability, A, that we just have not been given, right? And B, we want the ability without the work. So a realistic expectation should not only be based on if you're willing to put in the time and the work, but based on other things. For instance, if someone starts to sing as a 2, 3, 4-year-old child, that means that that gift has been developed and groomed and grown with them over the course of their lives. So when they get to adulthood, they are extremely polished at 18, 19, 20 years old. However, if you start to sing at 18, 19, 20 years old, you can't expect the same level of skill. I mean, that didn't grow with you. You know, when you were a child, that may not have been your focus, or you may not have discovered that love that you may have in your heart for that. That's not to say that you can't grow. That's not to say that you can't develop. However, to say that you can grow and develop at the same rate of speed that another individual may have grown or developed is unrealistic. Right? If I get into a grooming chair, if I want to get my hair cut and I say, make me look like Halle Berry, that's not going to ever happen. Why? Because I look nothing like Halle Berry. My facial shape, my skin tone, there is nothing about Halle Berry about me. So if I get the same haircut, that's not going to make me sound or look like Halle Berry. She has a different look. She has a different face shape. She has a different body shape, right? We are just not the same, and that's okay. So a lot of times I have to tell clients, find your unique voice. Don't try to shape yourself around another artist. Of course, we love artists and we respect them in their gifts and how they have worked on their craft, how they've polished themselves as an artist, but just know that you have to keep a realistic mindset based on the tools that you have been given. I am not a soprano. I've never been a soprano. I never will be a soprano. Can I hit a few notes? Sure. I hit a high C in Mozart's Alleluia. However, I can't just go up there and stay up there and take a seat. That's not how my voice is. It never was and it never will be. And I am okay with that. Right? I don't have this unrealistic expectation that I'm going to sing a lot and I'm going to develop to the point where I can stay in a whistle register and sing there for like 15, 20 minutes. That is not the voice that I have been given. And a lot of times our unrealistic expectations are built around what we see someone else has. Learn to use the tools that you have been given. No, I don't really have a strong whistle register. I've never really even tried to develop that. However, I do have a low voice. right? I have something in my voice that most women don't have. And I have learned to utilize that to my advantage. I've learned to love that. I love the unique quality and tone of my voice, the unique range of my voice. You know, I have people that come into my studio that say, I want to sing this many octaves. And I'm like, okay, we can work to increase range, but what happens if you don't get the octaves that you want? Then what happens? Right? Are you going to feel completely discouraged and not want to sing anymore because this is not something that you have been given? You know, or are you going to learn to work within the parameters of the voice and the tools that you have been bestowed? That is extremely important. And a lot of that boils down to loving who you uniquely are, loving your own gift and your own talent. That's one side of the coin. So let's talk about the other side of the coin. Many times we see people in their flow and we just assume that they're happy. A lot of times people want to be large performers, not because of the love of the craft, but because they assume that that will bring happiness into their lives. Is that even true? There are many performers that are very unhappy. So this is something that you have to do. A creative needs to create because they love to create, not because they are chasing fame, not because they are chasing something that they are not even sure what that comes with. The level of work ethic that it takes to get to certain levels in the music industry, in any industry, any creative industry, is immense. Are you even willing to put in that time? Are you willing to give it that much thought? Are you willing to work on your craft as far as hours and hours and hours every day? Many people are not. You may love it, but do you love it that much? Really start to dig deep within and see, is this even what I really want to do? Loving to sing is one thing. Loving to dance is one thing. Being a professional singer is another animal. Being a professional dancer is a whole nother animal. Really dig and see, why do I want to do this? Do I want to do this for the love of it? Do I have the tools needed in order to do this on the level that I am fleecing? Or am I being unrealistic in my expectations? Just think about that for a moment. Many people are unhappy because they are chasing things that they don't have the tools to obtain. And I think we have to have real conversations with ourselves in order to maintain a happy mental space. Just think about that for a moment. Thank you so much for joining me on today's episode of Creatively Balanced. Again, my name is Angelia Williams, and I would love to work with you if you would like that. If not, if you need to find another vocal coach or mental skills coach in order to get you to a place where you can do what you want to do vocally, or to have that real conversation of, is this what I need to be doing? Or do I need the mental skills in order to really deal with, okay, I'll never be a professional singer, but I can just be a really good singer, right? Because that's just as good. Please feel free to like, share, and comment on this video, and I'll see you next time. And remember, it is okay and a beautiful thing to be creative. However, be creative, yet human.
Oh,